The call came while I was standing still, staring at nothing, holding a coffee that had already gone cold. The woman's voice was calm, almost polite. "I don't think that's you. Your wife is here right now, with a man who looks just like you." I remember saying it softly, like the truth could bend if I didn't shout it. "That's impossible. She's visiting her sick mom." A pause. Then, "Please come in right away." That was the moment something inside me went quiet. Not broken, calculating. We didn't start this way. We met in a place where people still believed in timing. A bookstore cafe. She laughed at the same sentence twice. I noticed. I always notice. She told me she admired men who were steady. I showed her consistency. We built our marriage on routines and promises that sounded boring to outsiders and sacred to us. Shared calendars, joint accounts, Sunday mornings that smelled like toast and certainty. Trust wasn't loud, it was assumed, which is why betrayal had to whisper first. It began with absences that wore excuses like good perfume, phone calls taken in hallways, a new concern for appearance when she was supposedly going nowhere important. She slept deeper, or pretended to. I didn't accuse, I observed. I cataloged lies the way some people collect stamps, carefully, quietly. A hotel charge mislabeled as conference, a rideshare receipt for a city she wasn't supposed to be in, and finally, the message she forgot to delete, half a sentence, unfinished, intimate in its carelessness. I felt the impact, of course I did, but I didn't explode. I never do. I adjusted. Some people react, others reposition. I repositioned. I learned everything, not obsessively, precisely. The man who looked like me wasn't an accident. Same haircut, same watch, same posture. She had replaced me with a duplicate, thinking similarity meant safety. I met with a lawyer before I met with my anger. Separated finances without alerting her, documented patterns, secured accounts, froze access at the right moment. I let her believe the illusion was working, because illusions collapse best when they're complete. Revenge isn't loud when it's done properly. It's administrative. The bank lobby smelled like polished stone and panic when I arrived. She was standing there, my wife, next to him. Up close, the resemblance was embarrassing for him. A knockoff always is. She turned when she heard my footsteps. Her face didn't drain of color, it fractured. He looked between us, realizing too late that mirrors only lie from a distance. I didn't raise my voice. I thanked the bank employee for their diligence. Then I handed over paperwork already prepared. Identity verification, fraud affidavits, power of attorney, revoked. Joint accounts, locked. The money she thought she was securing for her future froze mid-transfer. She tried to speak. I lifted a finger. That stopped her. I watched the sequence land in her eyes as the teller explained everything with professional detachment. She understood, step by step. This wasn't a mistake. This was a design. Outside, the sky looked ordinary. That felt appropriate. She followed me to the sidewalk. "You planned this," she said, like an accusation. I considered correcting her. Instead, I nodded. I told her about the messages, the receipts, the double life she'd been rehearsing. I told her I knew about the hospital story. Her mother wasn't sick. She was fine. She always had been. The man stood a few feet away, suddenly irrelevant. That hurt him more than any insult could have. I didn't ask why. Why is for people who want to stay. The divorce moved quickly after that. When evidence is clean, proceedings are efficient. Friends didn't take sides. They followed facts. She lost more than money. She lost narrative. He disappeared. They always do once the fantasy requires accountability. I kept the house, the quiet, the mornings. Now when I think back to the call, I don't feel rage. I feel gratitude, because betrayal doesn't destroy you if you refuse to panic. It hands you clarity, and clarity is leverage. I didn't win by shouting. I won by waiting.